Here are my multiplication tables. 19 times 4, 76. 19 times 6, 114. 19 times 5, 95. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 9, 171. 19 times 8, 152. 19 times 2, 38. 19 times 4, 76. 19 times 10, 190. 19 times 8, 152. 19 times 9, 171. 19 times 1, 19. 19 times 2, 38. 19 times 3, 57. 19 times 6, 114. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 3, 57. 19 times 4, 76. 19 times 5, 95. 19 times 1, 19. 19 times 8, 152. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 6, 114. 19 times 5, 95. 19 times 10, 190. 19 times 1, 19. 19 times 3, 57. 19 times 5, 95. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 9, 171. 19 times 10, 190. 19 times 8, 152. 19 times 6, 114. 19 times 4, 76. 19 times 3, 57. 19 times 1, 19. 19 times 2, 38. 19 times 3, 57. 19 times 4, 76. 19 times 5, 95. 19 times 6, 114. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 8, 152. 19 times 9, 171. 19 times 10, 190. That concludes the table of 19. We move on to the table of 17. 17 times 8, 136. 17 times 9, 153. 17 times 7, 119. 17 times 5, 85. 17 times 3, 51. 17 times 1, 17. 17 times 2, 34. 17 times 3, 51. 17 times 4, 68. 17 times 5, 85. 17 times 6, 102. 17 times 7, 119. 17 times 8, 136. 17 times 9, 153. 17 times 10, 170. 17 times 8, 136. 17 times 6, 102. 17 times 4, 68. 17 times 2, 34. 17 times 1, 17. 17 times 3, 51. 17 times 5, 85. 17 times 7, 119. 17 times 9, 153. 17 times 5, 85. 17 times 6, 102. 17 times 4, 68. 17 times 3, 51. 17 times 10, 170. 17 times 9, 153. 17 times 8, 136. 17 times 7, 119. 17 times 4, 68. 17 times 2, 34. 17 times 3, 51. 17 times 1, 17. That concludes multiplications of 17. We move on to the table of 12. 12 times 10, 120. 12 times 8, 96. 12 times 6, 72. 12 times 4, 48. 12 times 2, 24. 12 times 9, 108. 12 times 7, 84. 12 times 5, 60. 12 times 3, 36. 12 times 1, 12. 12 times 5, 60. 12 times 6, 72. 12 times 8, 96. 12 times 9, 108. 12 times 2, 24. 12 times 4, 48. 12 times 3, 36. 12 times 1, 12. 12 times 2, 24. 12 times 10, 120. 12 times 9, 108. 12 times 8, 96. 12 times 7, 84. 12 times 5, 60. 12 times 3, 36. 12 times 4, 48. 12 times 6, 72. 12 times 1, 12. 12 times 2, 24. 12 times 4, 48. 12 times 8, 96. 12 times 7, 84. 12 times 10, 120. 12 times 3, 36. 12 times 1, 12. That concludes the table of 12. We move on to the table of 8. 8 times 10, 80. 8 times 9, 72. 8 times 3, 24. 8 times 5, 40. 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 7, 56. 8 times 6, 48. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 1, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 5, 40. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 10, 80. 8 times 9, 72. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 6, 48. 8 times 7, 56. 8 times 3, 24. 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 5, 40. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 9, 72. 8 times 7, 56. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 3, 24. 8 times 1, 8. 8 times 6, 48. 8 times 9, 72. 8 times 7, 56. 8 times 6, 48. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 10, 80. 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 1, 8. 8 times 2, 16. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 7, 56. 8 times 6, 48. 8 times 9, 72. That concludes the table of 8. We move on to the table of 9. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 3, 27. 9 times 2, 18. 9 times 1, 9. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 81. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 10, 90. 9 times 2, 18. 9 times 3, 27. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 10, 90. 9 times 1, 9. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 10, 90. 9 times 2, 18. 9 times 3, 27. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 3, 27. 9 times 1, 9. 9 times 2, 18. 9 times 3, 27. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 10, 90. 9 times 2, 18. 9 times 3, 27. 9 times 6, 54. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 8, 72. 9 times 1, 9. That concludes the table of 9. We move on to the table of 6. 6 times 8, 48. 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 5, 30. 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 8, 48. 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 5, 30. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 8, 48. 6 times 7, 42. 6 times 9, 54. That concludes the table of 6. We move on to the table of 4. 4 times 9, 36. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 6, 24. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 10, 40. 4 times 9, 36. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 6, 24. 4 times 4, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 6, 24. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times 9, 36. That concludes the table of 4. We now do the table of 14. 14 times 1, 14. 14 times 2, 28. 14 times 3, 42. 14 times 4, 56. 14 times 5, 70. 14 times 6, 84. 14 times 7, 98. 14 times 8, 112. 14 times 9, 126. 14 times 10, 140. 14 times 8, 112. 14 times 6, 84. 14 times 4, 56. 14 times 20. 14 times 2, 28. 14 times 3, 42. 14 times 1, 14. 14 times 6, 84. 14 times 8, 112. 14 times 9, 126. 14 times 7, 98. 14 times 8, 112. 14 times 5, 70. 14 times 4, 56. 14 times 2, 28. That concludes the table of 14. We move on to the table of 13. 13 times 1, 13. 13 times 2, 26. 13 times 6, 78. 13 times 7, 91. 13 times 3, 39. 13 times 4, 52. 13 times 6, 78. 13 times 10, 130. 13 times 9, 117. 13 times 8, 104. 13 times 6, 78. 13 times 7, 91. 13 times 4, 52. 13 times 2, 26. 13 times 2, 26. 13 times 3, 39. 13 times 4, 52. 13 times 5, 65. 13 times 6, 78. 13 times 7, 91. 13 times 8, 104. 13 times 1, 13. That concludes the table of 13. We move on to the table of 11. 11 times 1, 11. 11 times 10, 110. 11 times 9, 99. 11 times 2, 22. 11 times 8, 88. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 6, 66. 11 times 7, 77. 11 times 4, 44. 11 times 3, 33. 11 times 5, 55. 11 times 8, 88. This concludes the table of 11. We move on to the table of 10. 10 times 6, 60. 10 times 7, 70. 10 times 8, 80. 10 times 1, 10. 10 times 3, 30. 10 times 2, 20. 10 times 4, 40. 10 times 5, 50. 10 times 10, 100. 10 times 9, 90. 10 times 8, 80. 10 times 7, 70. 10 times 6, 60. 10 times 1, 10. 10 times 5, 50. 10 times 4, 40. 10 times 2, 20. 10 times 3, 30. 10 times 1, 10. 10 times 10, 100. This concludes the table of 10. We move on to the table of 4, 3. The table of 3. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 10, 30. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 1, 3. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 10, 30. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 7, 21. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 5, 15. 3 times 4, 12. 3 times 3, 9. This concludes the table of 3. We move on to the table of 4. 4 times 4, 4. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 10, 40. 4 times 9, 36. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 4, 1. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 6, 24. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times 9, 36. That concludes the table of 4. We move to the table of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 4, 20. 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 6, 30. 5 times 7, 35. 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 9, 45. 5 times 10, 50. We move to the table of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 6, 24. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 8, 32. 4 times 9, 36. 4 times 10, 40. We move to the table of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2 times 10, 20. 2 times 9, 18. 2 times 8, 16. 2 times 7, 14. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 1, 2. We move to the table of 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 times 10, 10. 1 times 8, 8. 1 times 9, 9. 1 times 6, 6. 1 times 5, 5. 1 times 7, 7. 1 times 3, 3. 1 times 4, 4. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times 2, 2. That concludes the table of 1. That concludes the table of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 9, 8, 7. Let's do the table of 7. If we have not done it, we'll do it this time. If we have, we'll repeat. 7 times 6, 42. 7 times 7, 49. 7 times 8, 56. 7 times 5, 35. 7 times 4, 28. 7 times 8, 56. 7 times 9, 63. 7 times 1, 7. 7 times 2, 14. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 4, 28. 7 times 9, 63. 7 times 6, 42. 7 times 7, 49. 7 times 10, 70. 7 times 9, 63. This concludes the table of 7. We move to the table of 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. 6 times 10, 60. 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 8, 48. 6 times 7, 42. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 5, 30. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 4, 24. 6 times 2, 12. 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 3, 18. 6 times 9, 54. 6 times 8, 48. 6 times 10, 60. This concludes the table of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We now do the table of 15. 15 times 1, 15. 15 times 2, 30. 15 times 3, 45. 15 times 4, 60. 15 times 5, 75. 15 times 5, 75. 15 times 6, 90. 15 times 7, 105. 15 times 8, 120. 15 times 9, 135. 15 times 10, 150. 15 times 9, 135. 15 times 7, 105. 15 times 8, 120. 15 times 9, 135. 15 times 9, 135. 15 times 8, 120. 15 times 7, 105. 15 times 6, 90. 15 times 5, 75. 15 times 4, 60. 15 times 1, 15. 15 times 2, 30. 15 times 3, 45. 15 times 3, 45. 15 times 10, 150. 15 times 9, 135. 15 times 10, 150. 15 times 8, 120. 15 times 7, 105. 15 times 6, 90. 15 times 5, 75. 15 times 4, 16. 15 times 3, 45. 15 times 2, 30. 15 times 1, 15. That concludes the table of 15. We move on to the table of 14. 14 times 9, 126. 14 times 9, 126. 14 times 10, 140. 14 times 8, 112. 14 times 7, 98. 14 times 1, 14. 14 times 2, 28. 14 times 3, 42. 14 times 4, 56. 14 times 5, 70. 14 times 6, 84. 14 times 7, 98. 14 times 8, 112. 14 times 9, 126. 14 times 10, 140. This concludes the table of 14. 13. 13 times 1, 13. 13 times 2, 26. 13 times 3, 39. 13 times 4, 52. 13 times 5, 65. 13 times 6, 78. 13 times 7, 91. 13 times 8, 104. 13 times 9, 117. 13 times 10, 130. That concludes the table of 13. We move on to the table of 16. 16 times 9, 144. 16 times 8, 128. 16 times 7, 112. 16 times 6, 96. 16 times 5, 80. 16 times 4, 64. 16 times 3, 48. 16 times 8, 32. 16 times 8, 128. 16 times 2, 32. 16 times 8, 128. 16 times 2, 32. 16 times 1, 16. 16 times 1, 16. 16 times 3, 48. This concludes the table of 16. The table of 19. 19 times 1, 19. 19 times 2, 38. 19 times 3, 57. 19 times 4, 76. 19 times 5, 95. 19 times 6, 114. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 8, 152. 19 times 9, 171. 19 times 10, 190. 19 times 9, 171. 19 times 9, 171. 19 times 8, 152. 19 times 7, 133. 19 times 6, 114. 19 times 5, 95. 19 times 4, 76. 19 times 3, 57. 19 times 2, 38. 19 times 1, 19. That concludes the table of 19. Table of 18. 18 times 8, 144. 18 times 9, 162. 18 times 10, 180. 18 times 6, 108. 18 times 7, 126. 18 times 5, 90. 18 times 4, 72. 18 times 3, 54. 18 times 2, 36. 18 times 1, 18. That concludes the table of 18. Moving on to table 17. 17 times 1, 17. 17 times 2, 34. 17 times 3, 51. 17 times 4, 68. 17 times 5, 85. 17 times 5, 85. 17 times 6, 102. 17 times 7, 119. 17 times 8, 136. 17 times 7, 119. 17 times 8, 136. 17 times 9, 153. 17 times 10, 170. That concludes the table of 17. The table of 16. 16 times 10, 116. 160. 16 times 10, 160. 16 times 9, 144. 16 times 8, 128. 16 times 7, 112. 16 by 6, 96. 16 times 6, 96. 16 times 5, 80. 16 times 4, 64. 16 times 3, 48. 16 times 2, 32. 16 times 1, 16. 16 times 3, 48. 16 times 4, 64. 16 times 5, 80. 16 times 6, 96. 16 times 7, 112. 16 times 8, 128. 16 times 9, 144. That concludes the table of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for listening.